to Carpooling with Ben, folks. You know, the whole COVID-19 situation has put a lot of strain on a lot of nonprofits in our area. And also, in addition, the elderly and aging population, those folks who, you know, for whatever reason, may not be able to get out and be as mobile as they once were. One of the organizations who is celebrating a milestone anniversary, or it continues, the 50th year, Meals on Wheels Rhode Island. Meg Grady, executive director. She was in my car last year. We were talking about a wonderful event that happened, and I don't think we'll be able to have such an event this year due to social distancing and all the spacing confines. But Megan Grady, your team, your volunteers, everybody about it, you've been working so hard to keep those original food trucks rolling, which has been incredible. Megan, thank you so much for taking time to talk about what's going on over there at Meals on Wheels.
Good morning, Ben, and thank you so much for this opportunity.
So let's get right off on the what's going on right now and how the whole situation has unfolded leading up to where we're at right now with regards to your volume of people that you're serving and everything. Everything has really been, your systems are being tested.
Absolutely. So, I mean, Ben, without a doubt, this has been a challenging time for Rhode Islanders, and especially for seniors. So since the end of March, we have been in a COVID-19 response mode. We typically serve 1,200 home delivered meals a day. And in May and June, we were serving as many as 4,000 home delivered meals a day. So we're really proud that as an organization, we have operated without disruption. We also have surged again, like from 1,200 meals a day to 4,000 meals a day. And we really wouldn't have been able to do this without the support of our volunteers who have been delivery heroes, our funders, our partners at the Office of Healthy Aging, and all of our donors that have reached out and made an extra contribution this year to us just to make sure that we can help keep seniors happy and healthy and safe in their homes.
When we were in the car last, we talked about the fact that the folks that make the deliveries, your drivers, sometimes that's the only human interaction that person that they're delivering to will have for any length of period of time. And it's as if the world has shown us all about that, because with everybody, especially in the beginning where everybody was staying home and staying distanced, you just contact with your family, or, there are people out there who are younger folks who live alone, and they just got to the point where they're out of the rhythm of going to the office, out of the rhythm of going to restaurants or to social gatherings. And so in a way, that element may not have changed for your existing clientele, but you certainly saw an uptick in new clientele, people looking for assistance, and your volunteers have been the greatest people on earth, because they're the ones making the contact. They're the ones saying hello from a safe distance, in addition to, adding those measures in. What has it been like for your volunteers?
So yeah, there's so much to share. So first of all, we have taken every possible protocol to keep our volunteers and our seniors safe. We approached this with the utmost seriousness, really at the beginning of our surge. It's required us to do our work a little bit differently, maintaining social distance at meal deliveries, wearing masks, use of hand sanitizer, frequent hand washing, screening clients for their symptoms, making sure that we had their phone number so that we could visibly, if we weren't able to visibly see them at meal delivery, we could be able to make contact for that safety check. Mm-hmm. So the list just goes on and on. But yeah, to your point, we all know what it feels like now to be isolated. We all have a better idea of what it feels like to be homebound. And especially with some of the supply chain issues that we saw with grocery stores, we all now have a better understanding of what it's like to have food insecurity. So, that is just really a call to action for people to remember that sense of vulnerability, and to take action by supporting an organization like Meals on Wheels, whether it's through volunteering, making a donation, or referring a loved one for meals.
The original food truck was kind of the moniker I mentioned back when we first got together. You guys are in your 51st year. Maybe Haven Brothers, dating back all the way to the 1800s, was the original food truck. But nonetheless, it was it's something you folks have been doing for so long. You've been so good at it. Um, yes, this COVID has kind of put the squash on some of those celebrations, but people can still get involved and support you folks with all the wonderful work you're doing.
Absolutely. So let's talk about volunteer opportunities first. During the months of May and June, we had over 500 people reach out and
Wow.
volunteer to deliver meals. So that was so incredible because if you think about your typical Meals on Wheels volunteer, you're thinking about maybe someone that's retired, maybe somebody that's 60 years or older. And so, our workforce was a little vulnerable there.
Hmm.
So because so many people stepped up to help us, we are now calling them delivery heroes. So through the month of August, you may have seen one of our 3 digital billboards on 195, on Park Ave, and then also on Route 10. It was just our way of giving a big thank you to everyone who helped us continue our services without disruption. But yes, of course, when it comes to our fund development efforts, we are absolutely without a doubt having to do things differently. Last year when we were together, we were talking all about Festival of Meals.
Hmm.
That was an in-person event, remember those,
Yeah.
where we had over 400 people together, really honoring the past of Meals on Wheels, celebrating our impact, and looking into the future. Obviously, we can't do that this year in that format, but what we are doing is something really special. We're partnering with our friends at WPRI, and we are going to be having a virtual telethon
Okay.
that you can tune into through the month of October, where we are going to be asking our friends, our supporters, and our neighbors to help us raise $30,000 to support Meals on Wheels of Rhode Island.
All right.
It's pretty easy. You can go onto our website, rimeals.org. We're not officially launching this work until after Labor Day, but
Sure.
help us get started. RImeals.org is our website. In the upper right-hand corner, you can make a donation. And we always tell people if you don't know where to start, just sponsor one meal.
Yeah.
$7.41 will provide one home-delivered meal to a senior, and we appreciate your support.
Absolutely. And no, I'm glad you mentioned that. Send the money anytime you'd like, folks. Send it right now. Send it tonight. Send it often. Send it early. It's but that's great. And you can go online and you can do recurring gifts as well, which is great because it just goes and you don't have to think about it.
Absolutely. I mean, and just think about, a night out in a restaurant could potentially provide a whole month of meals to a senior. So it's a real easy sell. And, we appreciate all of the new individuals and all of our donors that over time have continued to give it to us. I mean, we need your support now more than ever.
What's the biggest thing? And I'll end with this. What's the biggest thing that you've seen? What's the most proudest moment for you that you've seen this organization overcome throughout this whole COVID season?
Our board of directors, our staff, and our volunteers have really been incredible. There's not necessarily a playbook, right, for when a pandemic, I mean, I guess there are playbooks, but not necessarily a Meals on Wheels of Rhode Island specific playbook.
Sure.
And the support that we've gotten from our friends, from our donors, from our partners in the work has really been incredible. There have been absolutely challenging moments. And then there's been moments where a senior has picked up the phone and called and said, without you, I wouldn't have access to food right now. So we're just so proud that we've been able to continue our meal delivery service without disruption, 4,000 meals a day.
Wow.
We will be getting back together before we know it to serve our 20th million meal. I look forward to that at some point in 2021.
Sure.
We're looking into the future and we see what the need is, and we're just trying to stay prepared and stay on top of our game so that as this need continues to grow, we can continue to serve.
Folks, you have to take your hats off to the amazing staff, volunteers, the people in food prep, the chefs, the organizers, the people who take the phone calls over there at Meals on Wheels, and of course those delivery heroes, those driver heroes every day going out there. And I didn't even think about the fact that this COVID put some of your volunteers by nature of their age or condition in a hot spot, so they maybe we had to step back. But I'm glad to hear that, you had that surge of support. And folks, you can continue that support, continue to help ensuring that our seniors are getting the nutritional help they need, that they're staying in contact. And look, there's no better place to do that. There's no better place to support than Meals on Wheels Rhode Island. Meg Grady, thank you so much for taking the time today. Hopefully next year we can get together and have another big celebration and get everybody together in the same room and not have to worry about 6 feet apart and wearing a mask and everything. Hopefully we can get to that point. But until then, thank you so much for all the work you and your staff and your volunteers are doing. It's literally life-saving.
Thank you, Ben. And thanks for this opportunity to come on your show and chat a little bit about our impact. I look forward to staying in touch.
Take care.